Hey guys, Anime with React. Here's gonna be a reaction or my review slash whatever you want to call it for Seraph of the End, chapter 94. So chapter starts off with a nice little cover page, pretty much. Chapter is titled Chapter 94, Hole in the Sun. We have the cover page of you and Mika, and you is holding a black cat and just kind of laughing, and it looks like they're just happy. So then the actual chapter starts. We go back into the flashback with Ashiramaru or Ashura, and yeah, he goes up to the first to pretty much tell him about how he accidentally killed you. And then the first isn't really concerned about it, just says, "Say, Ashera, look up there." And Ashera says, "Huh?" And first says, "Today, yet again, the sun shines bright with its blinding light." The sun just kind of shining down on them. Ashera saying now that he's a vampire, he doesn't really like the sun very much. And the first says that he doesn't either. Not since they blamed me for their crime, made me into this, and even killed my beloved child. So then Ashera just says, "Your child? Like, never heard about a child." Then I guess the first says, "So I'll make it my own, a dark, dark." Then we fade back into the present of Ashera kind of regaining his memories, thinking a dark, and then he looks up and there's a dark sun in the sky. That's what the first was probably going to say, as he finished it. Then Ashiramaru says, "A demon is being born, one different from all the others, one more powerful." And yeah, we have Mika, who is the one becoming the demon. We got pretty much you getting blown away by the sheer force that is coming out of Mika's transformation, him yelling Mika, cruel, trying to weather it to get closer. And she says, "This is bad, really bad, just like my deal with Mahiru said. The demon transformation has already begun, and this one will be a rank 1. So yeah, she looks over, sees you getting holding on to a stop sign or something, and he's just kind of getting pushed back. And she yells, "Brother, we must get out of here." And because she doesn't know you, she just knows that Ashera's possessing the body pretty much. So she's yelling, "Brother," and you says, "No, I'm going to stay with Mika." And then she's like, "What? No, you can't. It's too dangerous." And you yell, "Shut up." And she's like, "Excuse me." And then you tries to knock her away and says, "Because you," or Cruel says, "Because you can take that body for yourself now, right? I can feel the power from you." And she continues, "You can hear me, right? Why haven't you possessed that body yet? If you don't get out of here, we'll be in trouble." And she's yelling, "Ashera, are you listening to me?" And then thinking, "Damn it, what's wrong with you, brother? Have you forgotten me?" And we see the hands coming out of Mika's mouth, because we saw one kind of reach out, but now another is coming out. And so yeah, Cruel is like, "Oh, this is bad, bad, bad." And she's trying to tell you, "If we stay here, we'll get killed." And she's like, "You listen to me." Or Ashera says, "You listen to me." And Cruel's like, "Why are you ignoring me? If you don't run, we'll die." Or one of the two. It's kind of hard to figure out who's talking, but I assume it's Ashiramaru talking to you, saying, "If we don't run, we'll die. We have to go." And you is saying, "Shut up, shut up, shut up." Staying with Mika. And Ashiramaru is like, "Well, you shouldn't. Mika's going to kill us." And then you says he won't. Mika would never do anything like that. And Shara's like, "Oh yes, he would. He's a demon now, and if you let him kill you." And then Cruel yells, "Then you'll never have a chance to save him again," which makes you look back. And he's like, "Huh? What'd you just say?" And Cruel's just like, what? I said let's get out of here. And then he's like, no, say what you just said. What about saving Mika? Is there a way to save him? And Krill's just like, forget that, we have to run. He's like, tell me now, can he be saved? And Krill's just like, will you give it up already? She's just like, we need to leave, man. And then, yeah, she says, think, what is Mika now? A demon. And what is it inside of you? And he's like, huh? Oh, Ashuramaru. And she's like, it's Ashera, and he's a demon. And so, yeah, it's like, and then he was like, oh, so Mika can turn out like Ashuramaru, or Ashuramaru. And Krill's just yelling, not if you die, or not if you die here, now hurry up and do what I tell you. And he's like, okay, I'll listen. Tell me whatever, and I'll listen. It's like, I mean it. If you say run, then we'll run. And then Yu looks up, says, hey, Mika, Mika, I'll save you, I promise. No matter where in the world you are, I'll find you and save you, so wait for me. And the girl's like, I said, run. We're getting out of here. And it's like one of Mika's hand like reaches out, and then suddenly Krill is like screaming. And she's saying, God, my head. That voice again. So she's like hearing something, and then Yu's like, voice. And he's like, what voice? I don't hear anything. And she's like, what? And she's like yelling, Ashera, brother, please just hurry and possess that body already. And he was like, brother, possess me? Wait a sec, right, you must be her. Ashera Maru's little sister. Well, that means you're one of us. You totally family now. So yeah, and then she's like, ugh. And then he was like, whoa, you okay? And then he's like, huh. Then he says, oh, and then he closes his eyes, everything goes dark, and he's with Usher Maru, and he's like, hey, have you noticed your sister is here? That's great, I'm so happy for you. And Usher Maru's like, I know she's here, don't worry about that, just run. And Yu says, oh, and did you hear Mika's not really dead yet? Can become like you, isn't that great, woo? And then Usher Maru's like, I wouldn't be so sure, and then he says, huh. And then, or Yu says, huh. Usher Maru says, anyway, right now we have to run. Or you have to run. He catches you and you're done. The way you are, you'd just be food to fill his bottomless desire. And then he's just like, oh, right. We're running, right? Then I'll come back and save Mika. Hey, Usher Maru. And then he's like, huh. Usher Maru's like, huh? And then you says, give me power. And Usher says, sure. So yeah, back to outside of everything, Yu's eyes starts like turning all, getting like demonic kind of curse stuff. He picks up Cruel, and then Yu says, Ashur Maru, let's fly. As he like jumps out of a building or jumps off a building, I don't know where they were. And Yu was just thinking, Mika, I swear I'll save you. And then he hears a car engine coming closer, which is Yoichi and them. And so yeah, he's like, Yuichiro noticed us. Everyone waved to him. They're like, hey. And you see like the eye like move closer, and then he jumps, or he looks over at them, says, guys, and then proceeds to go, and then Krill says, you know, he is that way, no, this is okay. Or he is that way, and then, yeah, we see is, Ashamaru or Ashera, and he's saying, it will be fine, trust me, Krill. Then we go back into the past of the first, where Ashamaru was talking about him, saying, I accidentally killed you. And then he said, or Ashura is telling the first about how he accidentally killed you, but he's like trying to plead to her, saying, oh, but my little sister is innocent, it's my fault, only mine. She kept telling us over and over that we shouldn't. And then the first says, irrelevant, the three of you went into that room, didn't you? I told you that you weren't allowed to go there, yet you did anyway. And he's like, well, you saw, didn't you, him? And then Ashera's like, and he says, the corpse of my precious son. And then the final image of the chapter is seemingly Demon Mika making his way fully out of the body, or like all that's left seems to be like his legs. He's got a pretty nice coat looking thing on him, or like a cloak. But yeah, that's the chapter, so hope you all enjoyed this video. If you did, then make sure to leave a like, comment down below, subscribe for more anime reaction reviews and manga reviews, and I will see you all next time. So yeah, later.